warned me. I nearly broke my leg.
I did tell you that we'd be going to the owner's enclosure.
But you didn't say it was all grass. I mean, if I'd known, I wouldn't have worn these shoes.
It's obvious. You can even see it from our box. I did inform you about that.
But
you were no doubt eyeing up that waiter again.
he was rather good looking. I think he fancied me.
Rather hoping for a good tip. He wasn't even half your age.
Some lads prefer a more mature woman.
Mature, my ass.
What did you say?
It's good grass, this, good grass.
Not if you're wearing heels, it's not. I mean, I wore them especially for the trophy ceremony, and they cost me a fortune.
Yeah, you're right. Now, where's that trainer? Trowbridge?
I don't understand. I just don't understand it, Mr. and Mrs. Hackensack. He was fine on the gallops the other day, in excellent form.
Well, that's no use to me. He's supposed to win races, not gallops.
Gallops? What are gallops? Are they, like, something to do with the election? They were talking about it on the radio the other day. Is it some sort of stick?
A stick?
A stick?
Yes, they were talking about the Gallup poll. Is it like a telegraph poll? Or is it someone from Poland now that they're in the European Union?
Poland? European Union?
They're talking about a Gallup, spelled G-A-L-L-U-P. It's a market research company that asks people how they're going to vote so they can predict the results of an election.
Is that legal? How I vote is my business. I'm not going to tell any Eastern European how I'm going to vote.
East European?
Well, Poland is in Eastern Europe, isn't it?
Forget about East Europeans. They're on about a poll, spelled P-O-L-L, not someone from Poland. A P-O-L-L is a survey of public opinion, and it's allowed.
Well, it all sounds very fishy to me. What were you talking about?
Tell them about the Gallops, Trowbridge.
Well, a gallop, Mrs. Hackensack, spelled G-A-L-L-O-P, is a training course for racehorses, where they can be tested and timed over a set distance. They're training runs.
Well, if he did well on his training runs, why didn't you just say so? And why didn't he win today?
Yes, I paid 25,000 guineas for this racehorse, and there's your stabling fees and training fees on top of that. I expect a good return on my investment. He came highly recommended, as did you.
You told me he cost more than 26 grand.
He did. A guinea is £1.05, so he actually cost me 26,250 quid. Now,
Well, if they're guineas, it sounds silly and it reminds me of hamsters.
Hamsters?
Well, yes, I had one when I was at school. Rodriguez. He was ever so nice, but a little bit smelly. I was heartbroken when he died. I let him out of his cage once, and the next door cat came in and chased him down the stairs into the loo.
The loo?
Well, yeah, it would have been okay, except Mum was in the loo. She'd left the door open, and he ran in, and she thought he was a mouse, and she caught him with the loo brush. So
Right.
sad.
Right, Billy, what went wrong today? He seemed to struggle from the off.
What's the off?
that's the start of the race.
Well, if it's the start of the race, why didn't they call it the on? You know, like you turn a hoover on and a car on and a kettle on.
Kettle?
I think it's some kind of abbreviation. You know, when you travel from Leeds to London, you start off from Leeds.
Leeds?
Why would I want to go to London? It's a nasty, dirty place full of foreigners.
It doesn't matter where you're going to. You start off from your starting point.
So if I start off, then I come back on the train on the motorway.
Yes, no, I mean every journey starts from you starting off from somewhere.
Okay, but if then I start off from somewhere, what happens when I get home? And am I then on or off?
Neither. You're home.
But then if I'm on when I get home, do I turn the kettle off if I want a cup of tea?
You normally head straight for a gin and tonic. Now, you were saying?
Yeah, he was also a bit skittish when we cantered down to the gate. He didn't seem at all happy.
Oh, I thought he was really going. Ready for the off?
He was full of energy, but definitely not happy, compared to when I took him on the gallops. I thought it might be all the crowds in the silk, but he was never nervous before.
Oh, what are the silks?
Those are the shirts that the jockey wears. Now, they're normally related to the owner or the trainer, depending who pays them.
Well, we are owners. Can we have our own? I mean, how about pink with purple diagonal stripes? I could dress to match.
Now, Billy here, he works for Mr. Trowbridge, so he has to wear his silks. Otherwise, we'd have to employ him, wouldn't we?
Well, I was wondering about his choice in colour. It doesn't do him any favours.
Don't worry, soon be home.
Right, Billy, he was fine when we took him out for a gallop on Wednesday. Did anything happen after that? Anything unusual?
Nothing unusual, just the farrier coming to change his plates.
What, Jack, the farrier? I didn't see him. He normally drops in for a quick chat just to catch up.
No, it wasn't Jack. He's still recovering from his surgery. He sent his apprentice, Dean.
Plates? What are plates? Like, Dalton, Worcester,
Racehorses have special race shoes, and they're called racing plates, and they need to be changed now and again because they get worn out.
Did you get to take him out again, Billy?
No, the weather closed in, remember? We thought the meeting might be called off.
what kind of meeting? Like, is this a church meeting or Alcoholics Anonymous?
A gathering of racehorses is called a meeting.
There, boy.
Now, what's the weather got to do with it anyway? I paid good money for this horse, and he's supposed to win races, so he's going to get himself well known, and then I can put him out to stud.
Well, Mr. Hackensack, it means we didn't get to see him run on the new plates. But however he races, he's not going to be much good at stud, Mr. Hackensack. He's a gelding.
Yeah, I know he's from Gelderland, so what?
Gelderland? What's Gelderland?
It's a province in Holland. Arnhem, that's a close city to it. Do very good horse breeding there.
He's not from Gelderland, Mr. Hackensack. He's been gelded, neutered. It's what breeders do to make horses more manageable.
Yeah, he's usually very even-tempered.
Neutered? Neutered?
So there's no way he's going to be siring any foals.
So, he's not going to have little baby foals? I wonder what he thinks about that.
A gelding? Neutered? No stud fees? But why didn't he win the race?
Oh, I wish he could talk.
I've been trying to tell you. My feet are killing me. These shoes don't fit.